Fellas, listen. I'm going to talk about black men, what black men must accept in order to do what they've been designed to do. There's something that you need to, there's a few things that as a man you need to accept, okay? But first, whatever happened to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat or does it crust over sugar like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode? Fellas, whatever happened to a dream deferred? You know, the first recorded arrival of slaves is in now what we call the United States occurred in 1619. A group of it was a group of approximately about 20 enslaved or captured Africans where they were brought to the English colony of Virginia aboard a ship called the White Lion. And ever since that day, listen real closely to all of the men and the women, ever since that day, black men, nobody cared about your struggle. Now, going through life as a black man can be one of the most loneliest feelings in this country. You can have a whole family as a black man and still feel lonely and still feel disconnected. Now, this is not a complaint. I'm not complaining. I'm not bitching. I'm up here bitching. This is not a black man sitting up here whining. This is simply an honest assessment of what many black men have come to believe. Nobody cares about our struggle. And the only time most of us are seen, like truly seen, is when there's an opportunity for you, the man, to be separated from your resources. I got a clip that I want to play.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. Okay? I've never heard a woman in my life say, you know, after he got laid off, we got so much closer. No. I once heard my grandmother say, a broke man is like a broke hand. Can't do nothing with it. What kind of gangster shit is that? That's right. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something. That's right. Fellas, when you meet a new girl, what do your friends ask you? What she look like? Ladies, when you meet a new guy, what do your friends ask you? What does he do? What the fuck does that nigga do that can help you out? Can this motherfucker facilitate a dream or not? Even right now, Michelle Obama is looking at Barack going, what's your plans, nigga?
When I saw that clip, when I saw that for the first time a few years ago, on a special, I was like, "Damn, boy, that shit hit hard." You know, when Chris Rock says that, but it goes back to the notion: nobody cares about your struggles. Our black brothers, you know, we understand the struggle. We are acutely aware that no one seems to care about the challenges we face. And let me say this again. This is not me bitching. This is me pointing something out. This is me pointing something out. We are actually aware. Most of us are aware that no one cares about the challenges we face. The journey of a Black man can feel isolating and sometimes cold. Often we're only seen when there's something to be taken from us. Like Chris Rock just said, mostly our hard-earned resources. That's when we're seen, when those can be exacted from us. Even the role of fatherhood can sometimes feel like a thankless job. You know, our contributions are often overlooked, undervalued, underestimated, marginalized, or dismissed, flat out dismissed. The average Black man constantly performs and completes impossible tasks. We are the original magicians, constantly creating and producing outcomes out of thin air. Hocus pocus. Black men are the original magicians. Abracadabra, poof. We created something. We provided something. We fixed something. We innovated something. We did the extraordinary. But Black men, when was the last time you were praised by your woman for doing the impossible or crushing an issue that needed to be solved? Nobody cares about your struggle. And I need Black men to accept this. I need you to accept it because it helps you do what you need to do, get where you need to get, and be who you need to become. And it's a hard fucking pill to swallow. No one understands our struggle better than us. Being a Black man is about pushing boundaries, defying the odds, and striving to be the absolute best. And I'm talking about just an average, ordinary dude. We're better than our fucking counterparts. We're better because we have to produce what they produce with less or nothing. And we have to do it even with our own woman standing on our necks. And even then, for a lot of brothers, that ain't enough. Even when our efforts are minimized, undervalued, or outright disregarded, we as Black men, we have been taught, we tell each other, our job in that moment is to keep on pushing. We walk on. We walk on. We face each day head on. Even when the ones closest to us see us as ordinary, you have to know in here that you are extraordinary. You have to know that because it ain't coming in general. It ain't coming from nobody else. You have to believe that. That's why I talked about the nostalgia, re-energizing you, taking you back to a time where you literally had nothing but feeling because of your imagination, because of your dream, your ability to dream and to see, fueling the impossible, fueling it so you can make the impossible possible, so you can turn the nothing into something. Black men, you are the original magicians. We face each other each day head on. And the sooner, well, let me say this first. Even within our flaws, our failures, our shortcomings, when we stick our foot in our mouth, when we inadvertently hurt somebody, we are still extraordinary. the sooner a black man comes to terms with nobody cares about your struggle, then we can get on with the business of doing and being and doing extraordinary things. I got a clip that I want to play from Anton Daniels. I got a clip I want to play from Anton Daniels. This shit hit so hard. I didn't even, I don't know how much of this clip I'm going to play because it's a long one. And I'm not going to interrupt this shit at all. With no, there is nothing for me to comment on. So Anton, I'm sorry that I'm not for the transform the clip or anything like that. Bruh, this shit here, and I'm not even saying that I'm a fan. I'm not even sure that I'm saying I'm a fan of Anton, but I'm a fan of what the fuck he just said in here. I resonate with that shit. Ladies, black women, listen to this, brother. Listen to what I just got through saying. Black men, you need to come to terms with that no one cares. So you can go on and do extraordinary things, not for the bitch you're trying to get. You're trying to get it because of you. I don't know if it was Antoine or in this clip. I heard somewhere, and I'm not taking credit for this, but that this is not my original words. I wish I remember what I wrote down, who said it or who I heard it from. Men are only respected when we die. We're only revered when we die. We're only missed when we die. We're only liked when we die. I forgot who it was who talked about that Martin Luther King was one of the most hated black men in the country. Not necessarily by white folk, but by black folk. I remember reading that there were churches all across this country, black churches, that would not let Martin Luther King come speak at their church. Malcolm X was killed by his own people because he was an ordinary man doing extraordinary things. And both of these men, I believe, understood no one cares about your struggle. Let me pull up Anton.
Earlier this morning, a lot of y'all might not be familiar, but earlier this morning, I cut the live stream short. It was about, I had just started getting into the live stream, and I had this kind of this epiphany, right? And so I'm gonna show you exactly what happened during the live stream this morning, or I'm gonna show you the question that was asked to me during the live stream this morning, and it was from. Who was it from? Trap and Slay. Shout out to Trap and Slay. Trap and Slay had asked me a question earlier this morning. Because usually in the morning when I start off, I usually start off and I'm like, yo, how's y'all doing? Let me check the temperature. Let me see how it is that I can add value into y'all. All of that, right? Let me turn my phone off of don't disturb, do not disturb, because usually I have my job on do not disturb. Man, this is crazy. All of these calls that's coming in, y'all must really love me. Anyway, so, but earlier in the morning, I usually check the temperature of the people, and I'm usually like, yo, what's going on? What's happening? And, I have an interactive show. Shout out to Trap and Slay. It's not your fault, Trap and Slay. It's not. And I'm going to explain why. I'm going to give insight, then we're going to go into Cat Williams, then we're going to address Draymond Green. Then it's this woman dating coach that I want to address. Shout out to Nola Grill, and I'm going to read that super chat shortly. But I usually, check the temperature of the chat because I'm an interactive live streamer. So I'll feed off the energy of the people. Where's my glasses? I knew I was out here looking stupid. I feed off the energy of the people, and the people start to add value into me, right? So this is kind of what happened. I'm going to play it kind of sort of what happened, and then we're going to go from there. Slow, strangling, strategic, optimistic, happy, go blue. Shout out to the Wolverines. Focus, how are you feeling this morning? Anton, give us one word. Trap and Slay. Trap and Slay, Anton, how are you feeling this morning? Give us one word. I'm not used to that.
I'm not used to people asking me how I feel.
I know some of y'all didn't catch that, but his whole thing is about his whole thing is about the change. He said somebody asked him, Antoine, how you feel this morning? And then he just flippantly said, I'm not used to that. And then it starts to resonate what was just asked of him.
How do I feel this morning? I feel
Now, it's two things that's going through my head right now, right? And the first thing that's going through my head is, what do I really feel? Because I'm not used to hardly anybody asking me how I feel. Or even if it's like family or, somebody that you live with, whatever. If they ask you how you feel, a lot of times you thinking, even if they intentional, because you don't know what people's intention is. A lot of times if people ask you how you feel, especially if you're the strong friend. Now, this is something that happened to guys all the time. And guys are used to being told and asked, from. They used to being drawn from, which is normal, right? That's just what we accept. That's who we are. That's how we rock. Guys are used to being a rock. My father, God bless his soul, when he passed away, it seemed like he had gave way more to everybody else than he ever got back from himself, right? And so to have somebody.
But isn't that what happens with all of us? I'm talking about the brothers. You give way more than anybody ever gives you. Even now, think about your own relationships with the women. How often? Come on, man. A woman, y'all can't fucking outgive. Y'all can't outdo your man giving you. Not even a little bit. How many of you men are constantly giving on a day-to-day basis, and the only thing you get from her is either attitude or when she's in the mood, some coochie? How many of y'all actually are being given? I'm not just talking about material things either. How many of your women are sacrificing anything for you? How many of y'all women are going out of their way to do anything for you? How many of your women are going out of your way to make your Saturday off peaceful? But I guarantee you, ladies, your man sitting around while he at work, sitting around thinking about what he can do to make sure that you are relaxed. That what he can do today to put a smile on your face. We spend almost everything that a man does is for the satisfaction of his woman. Let's keep it a fucking buck.
Somebody asked me, and intentionally, and that means that they actually had to type it out. They had to go away from what I asked them, how do you feel, in order to type out, what do you feel, kind of hit me. So the first thing that I'm thinking in my mind is, how do I feel? Because I don't really think about that. And then the second thing that's going through my mind is, let me be careful what I say, because I know that, having a platform and having a voice on a platform, a lot of times it could be a negative thing. It can always be taken as a negative thing, and I don't want to let people get the wrong perception. So it took me a minute, and usually I'm never at a loss for words, but it took me a minute to gather my thoughts to try to understand what I was feeling.
I feel give me a second. Let me think about that for a second.
I didn't know.
I feel
I didn't know how to answer that.
Look at that shit. Like, how does somebody struggle with such a simple question? Fellas, if someone asks you, how do you feel? Can you honestly assess and articulate that? Or does that Or does that short circuit your system like it's done Anton?
And you know the funniest part about this is you picked the perfect day. I don't know if God be working in mysterious ways or what, but it seemed like my morning, it was like people was really, really trying to test me.
I don't know. I don't know how to summarize what I would say. One word, I would say I feel I never get asked how I feel. Is that weird?
No. No. I might be exaggerating this, and I'll leave room to say I might be exaggerating it because it's not like I can remember every single day. I don't think I've been asked that in the last 2 or 3 years. I could have been. I don't know. But the fact that I don't know is very indicative of what brothers have to deal with or go through. Nobody cares about your struggle. Nobody cares. For the brothers in the chat, or if there are any brothers in the chat, women, when's the last time you asked your man how he feels? Like for real, for real. I don't remember. I don't think the last 2 to 3 years, I don't think I've ever been asked. Even when I was sick, I don't think I've ever been asked.
How many guys that's in here watching this right now? And I'm always glad that I can do after hours because, you know, I don't have to worry about it being 2,000 and 3,000 people in here. I could just absolutely give my thoughts. How many guys that's in here right now get asked how do they feel? I love Trap and Slay. How many guys in here usually get asked how do you really feel? Like you got a girl, or you in real life, or your family, or the people that you pour into every day, or your employees, or your children. They usually just take, right? How many people in here, and it's not their fault, that's just what our normal circumstance is. How many people in here actually get asked how do they feel? How many guys in here that's watching this actually get asked how do you feel? And they genuinely interested in how you feel. You see,
he put that caveat in there, like genuinely are interested for a man, for a black man. That's hilarious. Genuinely interested. That's fucking hilarious.
see that? Y'all see that? I don't see one guy in here that sit outside of Classy Beats. Lance said his mama do it sometimes. JP, I did not see that yet. I'll go over it on the Millionaire Morning Show. Only for my wife, but she means it when she asks. Only your mother. If it ain't our mama, most of the time ain't nobody checking for us.
Yeah, even that bitch ain't either.
And so this is normal. This is normal. Y'all kick our ass every single day. And when I say y'all, I'm talking about society. Society kick our ass every day. We go out here, we die a little bit every single day. We put our bodies on the line, we put our life on the line, and you know what people say to us? Even if you are really successful, do you know what people say to us? I'm going to be absolutely honest. I don't even give a fuck about that stuff. That's what people usually say to us. You go out of your way, you do this, you do that, and then somebody will tell you, oh, I don't even care about that anyway.
Or they'll say, I never asked you to do that. Oh my fucking God. I've had a women, people, you do something for them, do some kindness for them, and they'll look at you dead in your face. I never asked you to do that. The disrespect, the undervalue, underestimating, the marginalizing that goes on with Black men is just ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Black men, no one cares about your struggle. No one gives a fuck. They don't care. No one cares. That's why you have to accept it.
Fucking liars. Liars. If anybody is going to gaslight you and say, no, I don't care about stuff. I don't care about cars. I don't care about money. I don't care about all of this. I don't care about... Yo, honestly, that is the big... If a woman tell y'all that, if y'all mama tell y'all that, if y'all employees tell y'all that, if your kids tell y'all that, that's fucking lie. Because they not going to downgrade their lifestyle for you. Fucking liars, bro. I'm going to just be absolutely real with how people are in real life. Oh, I didn't care nothing about that. You do fucking care. But here's the problem. It's not even whether you care or not. That's not the issue. The issue is that this motherfucker traded in his time, resources, energy, not sleeping, killed himself every day in order to show you some love. And the way that guys communicate in a lot of instances is what they do. They don't communicate or they don't show love by emotion and affection. That's usually a female trait. That's something that females are conditioned to do and feminine men are conditioned to do, but men love through actions. So if a guy...
You can fix your mouth, I'm going to say, you can fix your mouth to say anything, but the truth is in what you do. Right on. Right on.
I then go out here and fucking kill himself for you and then get the best for you, even if it's not that good, even if he just going out of his way. Let's say he go out and buy you some flowers, or he go out and get you a hat, or he was thinking about whatever it is. If a dude does the best that he can, and I'm trying to speak for all men right now, if a dude does the best that he fucking can, and he traded in his time, and he could have did anything, but he thought about you first. And then if a person then comes back and says, oh, I don't care about that anyway. You know how much of an insult that is to the person? Do you know how much of an insult that is to the person that is building every single day? Most men will die for the people that they surround themselves with. They will die for their children. They will die for their mama. They will die for their family. They will die for they will almost die for their employees because they mean that much to them. And it is the biggest insult in the world for a person, no matter who it is. Listen, my father died working. That is a fact. He died working. Most guys die from something that's relevant to what it is that they put their life on the line for in their lifetime. Even if you a dope man, even if you a drug dealer, even if you a dope man, do you know that dope boys put their life on the line every single day? Every single day for whoever it is that they spending their money and their time for? Every single day they do. They put their freedom. Now, I don't agree with them poisoning the community, but they put their freedom on the line every single day, right? And most of these guys out here right now are unappreciated. And that's not speaking of my situation. I'm just speaking for men in general. Most men are unappreciated. And you know what's going to happen when they die? They're going to get a funeral. People going to mourn for them for a little bit. And then everybody going to move on with their life. And they're going to inherit everything that came along with what it is that he made the sacrifice for.
And probably never speak his fucking name again. And probably never speak his name again. And probably never speak his name again.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So when somebody then says, well, How are you doing? First of all, are they really asking that, or they're like, are they being genuine, or are they asking that just because it's something to say? Real talk.
Because it's something to say. Because it's something to say, Anton. Because it's something to say.
Are they asking it because it's genuine, or is it just something to say? So it was difficult for me to even put into perspective what I feel. Now I'm gonna add a little bit more context, and then we're gonna move over to Cat Williams, because first let me bring myself to the front of the congregation and say, I apologize. I apologize to every single person that was a part of that live stream, because I don't know what it feels like to be loved on en masse. And so when everybody was showing me love in the chat, and I'm very interactive, I pay attention to the chat. I'm looking at y'all in the chat right now. Hellcat Black, Dream, Undisputed, Global Chef, Yakar, Rodiggity, all of the ladies that's in here, Trap and Slay, all of y'all, I appreciate y'all, love y'all, but I don't know what it feels.
Most black men do not know what it feels like to be loved on, period. Most of us don't know what it feels. And let me tell you something, the very few times that someone has done something for me or gone out of their way for me, it has been the most awkward, uncomfortable shit, because I don't know how to respond to that, because it doesn't happen. No one does anything for most black men just because. No one's in your space just because. When somebody is seeking you out as a black man, that's because they want something from you. They want something that you have earned and that you sacrificed for, that you did, and they want you to give it to them. They don't want to go do what you did to get it. They want you just to give it to them.
Feels like to be loved en masse. Messy Mathematician, shout out to you, baby girl. I don't know what it feels like to be loved en masse, because I'm used to being the person that everybody else depends on. And so, well, let me play a little bit more of this, and then we're going to go from there.
I got uncles, brothers, sisters. If I don't call them, I would never hear from them. I have siblings who've never been to my house. But them motherfuckers don't hesitate to ring my phone when I need $200. I need $300. Can I get $50? I need some gas money. I need something to eat. Your nephew this, your niece that. Don't hear from these motherfuckers. Ever. Ever. I got two sets of siblings. A set with my mom, a set with my dad. I love both sets. The set of siblings I have with my sisters, that with me with my father, they do family activities, family group stuff. They don't invite me. And when I confront them, they go, "Oh, we don't know. We don't know if you at work." It doesn't fucking matter if you know if I'm working or not. Motherfucker, you goddamn send a goddamn invite. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Well, I should just do what I always do. When I notice it's been 3 months since I seen my sister, I'll go knock on your fucking door. When's the last time you've done that? When it dawns on me, you know what? I ain't seen none of my sisters in 3 months. Let me go check on them little motherfuckers. When's the last time any of y'all? People have no idea. Incredibly selfish for a man to be asked, "Are you okay? How you feeling?" Somebody to love on you. We don't get that shit. That's not what we get. we get to serve other motherfuckers and then get our reputation dragged through the mud, and then we die. They take our shit and no one speaks our name again.
Nobody asks me how I feel. Nobody. I feel unemotional. I feel unemotional. I feel like a machine. That's it. I think that for me,
That's a good descriptor. A good descriptor. I feel like a machine. I like that.
I am I've trained and conditioned myself to where I don't feel anything anymore.
Shout out to Nurses Ain't Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a machine. Like, I don't have emotions. I don't get high. I don't get low. Not numb. I'm just not. I'm emotionally unavailable. Is that a better way to put it?
And that's the best way to summarize it. And I could not have been. Shout out to Nurses Ain't Nice. Shout out to y'all. I just do. I genuinely got to say, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I apologize for not giving y'all.
I'm going to leave that right there.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the day.
This is a public service announcement, guys. No one cares about your struggle, but make sure you get home before the streetlights come on. All right, listen. I want to talk to brothers real quick about anger or emotions and righteous indignation and the difference between the two. Now, one of the most disingenuous things that have come out of this, out of the space called the fucking manosphere. One of the things that has come out of that's just completely, utterly untrue, false about manhood is this whole concept of not being emotional, not displaying emotions and stuff like that. And they tout this concept, the concept of being stoic. Unemotional man, an unemotional, let me define stoic. It's an unemotional man has been, being stoic is being not having an emotional response. Let me just say that. Let me just slow my ass down. This concept of being stoic, an unemotional man, has been an enduring, a long-standing stereotype. We tout being stoic as the gold standard of manhood. And if you and we equate stoicism with respect. And depending on your level of stoicism will determine how much respect you deserve and how much a man you are. And so, but this social pressure to suppress emotions can be dangerous, it leading to emotional repression, mental health issues, and it can hinder your interpersonal relationships. You know, on the flip side, the expressions of righteous indignation, which is a specific form of anger rooted in moral principles, that can be a powerful and constructive tool for men to voice our concerns and to voice our concerns, and also to bring out some change. that lie that the manosphere has touted, that this notion that men cannot display emotion such as anger, frustration, sadness, or displaying being overwhelmed or any other emotion that may give the impression that a man in his manhood is less than those who don't do this. That narrative is just so fucking dangerous, and it's so not helpful. And it gives the wrong impression. We've been given misinformation to our women and what to look for. And the main people who are repeating this over and over and over again is the men and the men's platform. I'm not saying that men's supposed to make decisions based on emotion, but to sit there to say that a man cannot have an emotional reaction to something, that shit is stupid. No, men should not base their decisions and their actions out of emotion. But to simply say that they can't display it, that's just fucking nuts. That's dangerous. But this is the narrative that the so-called manosphere has pushed. They've pushed this stuff. And men use this more often to attack another man's character and his manhood, because he's displaying emotion, because he's showing frustration, because he's showing anger, because he's showing righteous indignation. A lot of people, a lot of black men like to quote, refer, or reference Kevin Samuels. And I've seen this brother get have emotional reactions all the time. Oftentimes what I see is frustration, is anger, sometimes sadness, sometimes being overwhelmed. And I often, more times than not, see righteous indignation. The fact that we as men keep telling men that you gotta get your emotions in check, and you're not, that's not being a man. Making a decision based on emotions is not what men are supposed to do. But not being emotional, you're fucking crazy. Of course you can be angry. Of course you can get frustrated. Of course you can get overwhelmed. Of course you can be sad. Of course. But we've taught our women that those are not manly traits. That's all female traits. The fuck is wrong with you people? Decision making is what we're talking about. Well, the normal people don't make decisions based on emotions. Women do that. And men are the biggest perpetrators of this nonsense. I want to make I'm going to define a little bit the difference between anger and righteous indignations. These emotions have long been powerful forces that shape histories and movements and stuff like that. And believe it or not, anger is the very essence of being a fucking human being. But make no mistake, righteous indignation and anger are not the same thing. Anger is, let me see, how could I distinguish it? It's when it's like a fervent fire that's kind of been ignited when our sense of fairness and justice has been trampled on. It's the emotion that courses through us in moments of personal frustration, perceived slights, or unmet expectations. Some of the worst decisions that are made out of anger. Anger is the impulsive decision. It's the impulsive fire. It's when the temperature not gets slightly turned up, but rages out. Now, in contrast, righteous indignation. It's a fire. It's rooted in morality and principles, and it's a burning response to perceived injustice or immorality or cruelty. It's not born out of like a personal grievance, but rather from a deep-seated sense of commitment to a cause. It comes from your moral code or your moral ethics. It's your unwavering convictions in the pursuit of righteousness. Righteous indignation is valid. Let me play a clip from Kevin Samuels, and I want you to listen to him as he talks to this lady. So are you witnessing anger or are you witnessing righteous indignation?
You're full of shit.
Well, that part's complicated because they said he had.
There's no complicated, ma'am. If he was a danger to the children, he'd have to have supervised visitation. You're full of shit. Get off my fucking phone. You know,
Cling to his wife.
mm-hmm. Any children?
Yes. 2 boys.
Right. So does Sierra's prayer resonate with you?
No, because I feel faith without works is dead.
Okay.
So I feel, I'm also religious. So, and if you read the Bible, it tells you a man should go and cling to his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
you know any women who that resonated with?
Women that I resonate with?
No, like when Sierra's prayer came out, it was a big conversation amongst a lot of women. Did any of your friends resonate with it? Were they like, yeah, girl, Sierra?
Not that I know of.
So you guys are separated. Are you separated towards divorce or separated towards getting back together?
I would say towards divorce, but I'm not sure completely. We've been separated for a year now.
Are you guys in the same geography?
No, he lives 5 hours away from me.
Have you guys gone through any kind of counseling, divorce care, anything like that?
No, we kind of did a little separate counseling. Him on his own, me on my own. Okay. Yeah, we're both religious, so
I know that's why I asked divorce care, because it's Christian based.
Mm-hmm.
How long were you guys married?
4 years.
Any children? You got children, you said?
Yes, 2 kids.
And you're how old again?
28.
Does he want to be divorced?
No.
Is it unsalvageable?
No, it's just what happened, what caused us to separate was a big situation and he was my partner, and it was something that, partner or marriage, you would feel betrayed, and it was just a big situation.
It's a breach of trust.
Yes. But it wasn't cheating or anything.
Okay. Is it over?
The situation is over, yes.
Well, dear, welcome to a story.
For me, I feel I live for my children, and I feel that him and me being partners, like we could continue being married, but because my kids are not happy, I feel like I can't go on.
You're Christian, right?
Yeah, but I don't use the word Christian just because everybody has their different definition of what a Christian's supposed to be.
I'm just asking, do you believe in Jesus Christ?
Yes. And I read the Bible and believe what it says.
I got to challenge something, because I'm not asking about church, but I'm just saying, you said leave and cleave. You're not supposed to live with your children. Your children come after your marriage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he believes that he should come before the children.
Well, that's what our faith tradition teaches us.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a new way of Christianity right here.
Yeah, but as a mom and being the nurturer and the friend,
No, this is you above God.
mm-hmm, I just feel my kids' safety.
Phil, not your kids, ma'am. They're his kids too.
Yes. But in a situation,
You brought religion into this, man.
yeah,
Look,
I could.
let me listen to what I'm saying. You're not right.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you carry the children doesn't give you the high joker. What he did was to you. He didn't do it to the kids.
It was towards the kids. That's why I said the kids.
Is he in jail behind it?
No, but there is stuff that is pending and still a situation.
All right, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that one alone. That's why I asked you if it was over.
On my end, the situation between our trust and the situation that happened is over on my end.
Okay. All right, I'll tread a little bit lightly because the kids don't want to be around their father.
The kids are young, so they don't completely understand.
So, ma'am, then what are you talking about? What he did to the kids?
So basically,
it's a violation.
I can, if you want me to just say what happened. So my son was hurt. I was not there. The only people that were there was my son, and he was 2.
Like an accident?
He was injured, and there was blood. Okay, the only people that were there were him and my 2-year-old son. So it's his word or my 2-year-old son.
Blood from?
I don't know exactly his head. I don't know exactly what happened. Yeah.
His head?
Yes, his head.
Man, listen to something. Okay, you keep saying my son.
Yes, I keep saying my son just because they live with me, and I just been without him for
no. It's not your son. It's his son too. This is why I say so many women feel ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, a narcissist right there.
So basically, are you saying that you believe your husband is a danger to your children?
No, I'm just saying I don't know what happened, and he didn't tell me the truth when it did happen. So it's his say over my 2-year-old, and I just want my son.
The 2-year-old.
Yes.
The 2-year-old is
he can't speak
is
for
he okay?
Yes, he's okay.
Then get over it. Ma'am, this is your husband. These are his kids. And if he has a good attorney, I say he should fight to take the kids from you.
Most definitely.
Because you sound crazy. These aren't your kids. They're his kids.
No, they're our kids. Yeah, I understand.
They're his kids.
Mm-hmm.
The kids used to be ours before 1945. This whole family court system allows y'all to go in here and do this shit. Your 2-year-old over your husband. The kid's okay. He doesn't have any damages. He's not in jail. You just are hard-hearted and can't forgive. Christian.
She's just prepared for divorce. That's what I can see.
What kind of shit is that? It's this man's kids.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you so self-righteous?
It's not that I'm self-righteous. It's just, I don't know what to do. It's not like I've been in this situation.
Get over it. Man, this is what you do. This is what you do. You recognize you married this man. You came in here talking about leaving and cleaving. You did that. You are supposed to bond to your husband because your kids hundreds of years ago could have been dead at 2. That's why we have 8 and 10 kids, because infant mortality, because men has done so much to civilize the world in general. You guys bond to your kids. Like, once you have kids, fuck your husband. And that's the way you're coming across. Like, these are my kids and they come first. That's some bullshit.
Just because
those are his children, just like they're yours, man. And if he had the money.
Is Kevin Samuels, is he displaying true anger or righteous indignation? What is he displaying right now? And this is emotional. So you're saying that Kevin Samuels ain't a man, he less than a man, his manhood, he simp. What? zesty, all whatever the fuck it is you want to say. You want to say that he's not being a man because he's displaying emotion right now. Righteous, is this anger or righteous indignation? What is he displaying with this woman right now? How is he coming across? What is he doing? Because we're saying that you can't be emotional as a man. Is he being, what I say, feminine? Is he not being masculine right now? Is that what we're doing? Is that what he's doing? Did he just step outside of his masculine frame? Is that what he just did? Step outside of his masculine frame?
And an attorney, he should take the kids from you and let you go out there and try to fight him, because you're not going to be there to take this man's kids just because you can't forgive. Again, the kid is okay. There's no police report. You don't know what to believe, the husband or the 2-year-old. The 2-year-old is not in any grave danger. Shit happens. Broken bones happen. Things happen.
I agree, but one point I do want to make is that, you know, as a mother who raised the kids, you just want to keep them safe. It's not you are
unsafe at this point. You are about to wreck your home. Children of divorce have what chance? Do they have a better chance? Do you not watch my show and see how many women wish they could be married? You are the danger at this point.
But with our
there's
family,
no but.
The way
you are the man. Is your child in imminent danger?
Not at the moment, no.
Then shut the French toast up. You're wanting to be right because I'm mama. You keep playing the mama joker. I'm the mama. That does not give you ultimate authority.
I understand,
but any more power over him, man. As the mother, you keep trying to play a biological hierarchy.
No, I completely understand what you're saying, but I'm saying as a marriage and a partnership, and as on his side, why he couldn't think of me as a partner or as his wife in the moment of when it happened.
Over it, child. This is why you don't. This is look at modern women. This is about you and your ego.
Yeah.
I want you to listen to the other mothers and women in the comment section. You sound crazy. This is about you. This ain't about your kids' safety. Listen.
I'm listening.
This is not about your children's safety. Definitely. Something happened and you don't like the way he handled it. It's over. He can't go back and change it. No. Brother, I hope you fight for your children.
Mm-hmm.
You fight for your children, go for full custody and allow her to pay you child support and visitation. You are in danger, ma'am, because your children are not in danger. You're just a 2-year-old. And this is either hard-heartedness or whatever. The man made a mistake. You want to wreck your whole family about it?
No.
Who's the danger?
I just wanted to give us time apart to realize.
Who has the kids?
I do, but
That's still bullshit.
Kids.
Think about this. I want you people to understand this. This woman,
he still sees his kids.
No.
Like
You're
still
wrong.
together.
You are wrong. You are wrong, man. Wrong.
It's not that he can't be.
It does not matter what you don't have. You don't get to do this. The problem is they do get to do this. This is the problem. The family court system is set up to where women can do this kind of shit.
Well, what do you mean?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna stop that there. There's like 15 more minutes of this going with this lady. What is Kevin displaying? What is he displaying? Huh? What is Kevin displaying? Is he being emotional? Is he stepping outside of his frame, his masculine frame? Is he showing anger, or is this righteous indignation? I mean, righteous indignation is an emotion. It's an emotion. So we're not allowed to display righteous indignation or anger or sadness or anything like that. It sounds to me that a lot of times when we get into these whole emotional things about men not being emotional, men being overly emotional, this, that, and the third, it sounds like a little bit of selective outrage to me. Shout out to Chris Rock. Or was that Chris Rock? Yeah, selective outrage. Or was that Dave Chappelle? Let me look it up. Whose comedy special was selective outrage? Chris Rock. Selective outrage. What is that? Cherry picking instances of perceived injustice while ignoring others. Selective outrage. So, because we see men being emotional, this man can be, that man cannot be. This man can display this kind of emotion, that man cannot be. Selective outrage. Men have the right to display justified emotions. And I think the manosphere got it all the way wrong. I think you should, a fella should not make a decision, an emotional based decision, if all possible. Go out of your way. Some decisions are made because of emotion, and some of those decisions are the better decisions, especially when they come into your children or family members, stuff like that. But in general, men should be making evidence-based decisions based on practicality and not necessarily letting their emotions drive them. I agree with that. However, to sit there and say that a man can't be emotional, he can't be angry, he can't be sad, he can't be overwhelmed, he can't have righteous indignation, which is a noble form of anger. You can't have any of those things. You can't get exasperated. You can't get nothing. As a man, you just got to sit there like a fucking tree, barely moving. There are times your silence is golden. There are times you use your emotions as tools at times. Choosing to be silent about something or not reacting to something, that's also an emotion. But you're displaying it differently. Get the fuck out of here, man. People like to do when a guy is displaying emotion, they like to get him with ad hominem attacks. Want to attack his character, attack his motives, attack his manhood. And men, we are the worst ones at that. We do that to each other worse than anybody else. We do that worse than anybody else. It's constantly attacking other men for stuff that's normal.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. But some days I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back in the